Welcome back to Forged in Gaming. Last week I put the next video to a vote and the Bow of Light beat out the Master Sword. As promised, today we'll be exploring the origins of the Bow of Light. Just a quick warning before we get started, this video will contain endgame spoilers for Breath of the Wild. The Bow of Light, a relic known to harness the divine power of light itself, used to drive back demonic forces like Ganon, Malladus, and Yuga. Normally given to Link to aid in the final boss fight, the Bow of Light has so far appeared in 4 mainline Zelda titles: Twilight Princess, Spirit Tracks, A Link Between Worlds, and of course most recently Breath of the Wild. However, the concept of the bow's power goes back much further than Twilight Princess. The enchanted silver arrows that appeared in the original Legend of Zelda and A Link to the Past were used for the same purpose. Later installments featured the light arrows, which imbued a standard arrow in sacred light. These arrows made an appearance in Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, The Wind Waker, and the Minish Cap. The light arrows later became exclusive to the Bow of Light, adding a little bit more depth and lore to the items themselves. So how does this bow function in Breath of the Wild, and where did it come from? In order to answer these questions, we need to compare the bows from previous installments. The Bow of Light's first appearance was in Twilight Princess, just before the battle with Ganondorf begins in Hyrule Field. Zelda uses her connection to the light spirits to call for help. In return, the light spirits grant her the light arrows, which according to Hyrule Historia are actually the light spirits themselves. Along with the light arrows is the Bow of Light, or Zelda's bow, which was later dubbed the Twilight Bow in Breath of the Wild. Here we get a clear answer to how this bow functions. The arrows are in fact the light spirits themselves, or their power. The bow is never referenced in-game as Link never actually receives a weapon. Either Zelda already had the bow, or it was part of a package deal. I think the latter is more likely. Although the Bow of Light from Twilight Princess, otherwise known as the Twilight Bow, is used for the same purpose as the other bows, I think it's quite obvious this isn't the same weapon featured in later installments. In fact, all 4 of them are different variants of the same bow. Now that I'm done being Captain Obvious, let's look at the 2 other bows before we finish up with the one from Breath of the Wild. The next game the Bow of Light makes an appearance in is Spirit Tracks. The bow can be obtained by completing the Sand Temple. In the game, it is used to free Zelda's body from Malladus' control, and as a weapon to hold back the Demon King. Legend has it the bow was used in the original fight against the Demon King Malladus by the Spirits of Good. The bow is of course doused in divine light, which makes it powerful against the Demon King. Similar to the Twilight Bow created by the Light Spirits of Hyrule, this Bow of Light seems to have been created by the Spirits of Good, yet another bow of divine origin. While the bows from Spirit Tracks and Twilight Princess have their similarities, I think the 2 from A Link Between Worlds and Breath of the Wild share even more. You see, while the other 2 bows seem to be of divine origin made by spirits, both the Bow of Light from A Link Between Worlds and the bow from Breath of the Wild are given to Link by Princess Zelda. Before we go any further with that, let's look at the bow from A Link Between Worlds. This bow is imbued with the light of the Triforce, and can be fired only while you are merged into a wall. Imbued with the light of the Triforce? So this version of the bow actually draws its power from the Triforce itself. Now, who else can I think of that has the ability to tap into the power of light and the Triforce? Oh yeah, Zelda, the one person that gives Link the bow in both of these titles. Though they look completely different, these 2 bows may just be one and the same, in a sense. With Zelda's ties to the Sacred Realm and her sacred power seemingly coming from the Triforce in Breath of the Wild, the Bow of Light is possibly a physical manifestation of Zelda's sacred power, taking the form of a weapon to aid Link in his final battle. This would make sense due to the fact that in both instances, Zelda is essentially sealed away and has no way of using her sacred power. As for the origins of this bow, I think the royal family must have secreted this power away, passing it down until it was used again in the battle against Dark Beast Ganon in Breath of the Wild. Without getting into the whole mess of the timeline, this is something that could have been done in any of the 3 branches, but the way the bow is given to Link and where it comes from in Breath of the Wild resembles that of the one from A Link Between Worlds more so than the other 2. At the end of the day, the Bow of Light has simply evolved from the original idea of the silver arrows being one of Ganon's weaknesses. Over the years, the idea was tweaked to fit the gameplay and the lore of the series, eventually leading to the Bow of Light's creation. That's the end of today's Forged in Gaming episode. Did you all enjoy today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. Next time, I'll be switching it up for the launch of Shadow of the Colossus. Have a great week, everyone. Thanks for watching. Peace out.